Okay, hi all. Welcome to Diversified Finance. My name is Lakal. So this is the weekly market watch where we're going to look at cryptocurrencies, gold and silver, and the traditional markets. So welcome you all. So happy New Year to everyone. So quickly looking at the traditional markets, as we know, Federal Reserve recently just said that they're going to increase interest rates. So they just said they're going to increase interest rates, so nothing has happened, and looks like they're planning to increase interest rates in March. But it hasn't happened, right? But the market got really scared. People, a lot of investors start selling shares. Even Nasdaq went down a bit, and then same with Dow Jones, and the cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin dropped as well, because when if they're trying to taper, then there'll be less money for hedge funds, and then all these their buddies to it'll be harder for them to borrow money and then speculate on assets. So when there's no easy money, then the market might go down. So people are a bit worried, but this is a known issue. Even in November, December, Federal Reserve mentioned that this is what they're going to do. But the thing is, they haven't done anything yet. It's just like, they said they're going to do it, but we have to wait and see until March. Like, if there's another, like a variant or so, and then if there's a lot of people are dying or a lot of positive cases because of another variant, then they might change their plan, and then the D2N might say, oh, yeah, like, we were planning to taper, but we're not going to do it right now. We have to keep on printing more because the economy is looking so bad. So they can change it. So that's why, for even if you want to invest into traditional markets, I reckon this is a good buying opportunity, no financial advice. But let's quickly look at Dow Jones. So as you can see here, Dow Jones just made an all-time high, and since then it dropped. You can see, as you can see here, there's a bit of a drop. This is due to Fed, like, Fed just spooked the market, and then because of that we are seeing a bit of a correction. So if it comes down, it can come all the way down, back down to this 200-day moving average, but we have to wait and see. Who knows, like, maybe this is like a short-term correction, like, just because it hit just after hitting all-time highs. So this is just normal, because everyone expects at these levels, like, the market might keep on pumping a lot higher, but after breaking out from all-time highs, normally tends to come down. Well, we have to wait and see. It all depends on what Federal Reserve going to do. So by mid-January or third week of January, we'll have a better idea, what kind of a situation, like, whether we're going to correct more or we're going to go a lot higher regards to traditional markets. So we have to wait and see. And gold and silver, of course, like, when interest rate goes up, when they increase interest rates, of course, like, gold and silver are going to go down in value. So gold took a hit as well. A lot of gold miners we've seen going down as well. But for me, I look at it as a good buying opportunity, right? A lot of gold miners went down like closer to like 10-15% or so in the course of like couple of days. So would have been like a lot of like good buying opportunity. So that's gold and silver. Before we go into Bitcoin, let's quickly look at DXY, which is the US dollar. So yeah, DXY right here. So let me just zoom in a bit. This is something we discussed earlier, because I mentioned there's two scenarios, whether it could go a lot higher, breakout, and then could go a lot higher, breakout, retest, go higher. But right now, this is the second scenario is playing out at the moment. So let me just get rid of this quickly. Yeah, so on this day, I think on January 3rd, no, on January 5th, this is when the Federal Reserve came out and said we're going to taper. And since then, or maybe on January 3rd, I cannot remember the exact date, but since then, the US dollar has gone up. But after that, as you can see here, it dropped down, which is a good thing for all the markets, right? This is what we want to see. We don't want to see strong US dollar. If that's the case, it's bad for other currencies, other countries. It's not good, and it's not good for any other traditional markets, gold and silver, nor for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So we want to see US dollar just probably come back down to retest maybe this level right here. So if that happens, that'll be good for the traditional market and for Bitcoin and gold and silver. So whatever on the day when they say they're going to taper US dollar pumped, but since then it just break down. It's as if nothing happened. So now it seems like US dollar is has put on made like a this, as you can see, there's like a head and shoulders kind of a pattern. So if that's the case, when it breaks this level, we might see it drops back down to 94.6. So it might come back down to this level. So if that happens, then it would be good. I guess it's a good thing for all the markets. So I would like to see breaks this one and go down below, but it really depends on what Federal Reserve says. So we have to wait and see. Probably by end of January, or maybe by end of third week of January, we'll probably have a better idea of what's happening with traditional markets and how they're going to react. I think there's another meeting on January 18th or so, for like 10 days from now, 9 days from now. So let's wait and see what will happen to the US dollar. So yeah, depending on that, we will probably see how Dow Jones, traditional markets, Bitcoin will react. Okay, now let's go into Bitcoin chart. Okay, so yeah, so we have a lot of work to do. Like Bitcoin still down, significantly down, but yeah, but these wicks, right? When we see, especially this green doji, it kind of like tells like maybe this trend reversal, but still we have to wait and see. And when we see these kind of wicks, like similar to what we saw in May, right? And towards the end, like if we see this sort of long wicks, it kind of tells like the market is still bullish, because even though the price goes down, but bulls, they keep on pushing the price higher, and then the candle get closed like end of the week a lot higher compared to the price it was at the start of the week. So that's something bullish. And another thing is we cannot forget the RSI. So right now RSI is simply oversold. It's gone down to oversold levels. I mean, like if you look at the RSI right now, it's pretty obvious, right? We've been in these levels before, right? Where it drops to like below 30, RSI drops to like below 30, somewhere near 20, 24 or so. And then since then we've seen it goes back up, right? And then we've seen it goes back down and goes back up again, right? So this is something like we've seen before, and then now it's gone down all the way then to it's at a one extreme. So when it's at a one extreme, the next possible outcome means it has to go back up, right? So yesterday for fear and greed, we've seen like 10. It hit like somewhere near 10. Today I think it's about like 23. So if you can, as you can see here, yesterday extreme fear hit like 10, right? So this is really bearish times, right? People are scared. Most of the retail, out of the market, they are so worried. It doesn't look like they're going to come back. A lot of people sold, and they probably planning to sell at a loss, right? So then when you're losing money, you don't want to invest in these kind of markets, right? Nobody wants to do that. But let's not forget, like this is just the one extreme of the market, right? And then even looking at RSI, we are due for a bounce, but it's not a guarantee. I'm not saying it's going to happen for sure, because simply the RSI could go a lot lower, right? I mean, right now it's at around 30, somewhere over there. But there were times where it dropped all the way towards like 2020, like 23. So similarly, we could see drop a little bit more, like, then we might see, in case if Bitcoin drops like, to mid 30s or so, then we will see RSI drop like back down to maybe like 20 or so. But let's not forget, it's been a while that we are in this bear trend. I mean, like we say, there's 70% of probability we can say I guess we are due for a bounce, where we see RSI goes back up to maybe 50 or 60 or so, and the price might go back towards like 50K or 52K or something like that. But if that's the case, like, if that's what we expect, in order to in order for us to sell and take some profit, we need to invest, we need to buy, like, right now. So yes, like, right now, no financial advice, but you can invest for long term. But part of that money, like, let's say you're investing $10,000 right now, maybe say 30%, right? We can just trade back and forth. So if I'm investing 10,000 right now, maybe like 30 to 40%, I would probably sell it when RSI goes back up to about 50 or so, right? Where we see the price might go back up to like about 52K. This could happen, right? If that happens, uh, for us to sell, like, portion of what we invest right now, the thing is we need to invest right now, because there's like, nobody's buying at these levels. So that's a good opportunity. That's how I see it. So I'm gonna DCA. It's a great opportunity for us to DCA for long term right now, and portion of that I will sell just in case. Who knows? Bitcoin could go back up to 52 and could get rejected and come back all the way to retest like, mid 30s. So it might even come back and test 30K. This could happen. We have still have a lot of work to do. 100K Bitcoin, yes, we did not see it in December, and I heard, like, I've seen a lot of people expecting that we might see 100K in January. That will not happen either, right? So what's the big deal, like, waiting for another 30 days, right? So we'll probably not see 100K for Q2, or like most probably, like, towards Q3. So we had to push it, like, so far, because we got a lot of work to do. Because normally what happens, Bitcoin could go back up and then come back down to retest 40K, or even it could break 35. And if that happens, we need more time for it to consolidate for some time, break about 200-day moving average, break about 21-week moving average, go above, and then come back, retest, stay there for some time. Then we, like, then we will see a lot of higher prices. So 69, we want to see Bitcoin back at 70K. When we see 70K Bitcoin, that's where we would see retail come back, and they might start saying, oh, I wish I bought 2 months ago. So right now is a good buying opportunity. Like, every time when I can, I just accumulate here and there. So that's what I believe. And let's not forget, right? We've seen this so many times. Like, for example, let's check the fear and greed index. And right here, this is the fear and greed index from 2018 February to 4th of Jan, like today, yeah, up to yesterday. So look at it, like, we haven't seen like Bitcoin staying near extreme fear levels for like 6-7 months or so. So for example, right here, it dropped that this is like in 2018 November. It dropped to like 10, fear and greed, so extreme fear levels, and it stayed up there for like about a month or so, right? And after that, we've seen it gone back up to like 50 neutral, went back down to retest these levels at 20, and then we'll see a lot higher prices. It went all the way back up to like 95. So this is very common. And even here, if you look at it, it's very clear, right? We were in extreme fear levels for some time, say from 2020 February 28 to about 2020 April, right? Let's say that's like February, March, April, about 2 months we were in fear territory. And then what happened is went back up, like, became neutral, and held it as support, and then we went back up about like 70 towards 80, right? So this is normal what we seen, like, even if you look at the fear and greed, it's just very obvious. So even here we just stayed for like a couple of months in fear and greed levels, right? And then what happens? Just break up, and then when break out, and then went up towards like 80K, 70K, sorry, 70, 80 levels. So we are back down at extreme levels, right? So what can we expect right now? It doesn't mean like we're gonna stay in these levels for so long. We Bitcoin dropped on December 4th, so since that drop, it's been like a month and few days, and since the top $69,000 top, it's about like 2 months. So I guess I'm leaning towards like that we are about to see a rally, like a relief rally, right? I could be wrong. uh, I would say maybe 70% chance that we need to see a rally, because we have been in extreme fear levels for some time. Because when we stay in these kind of levels, whales look at it, for them it's a really good buying opportunity, right? So they keep on buying Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all coins, so that they can sell it at a higher price. That's what they do. So we should follow the same thing, accumulate right now for long term. Say you invest $100 right now, 70% of that for long term, for 12 months. So until 12, we're going to hold it for 12 months. We're not planning to sell it like earlier at a loss, right? The other 30%, in case if fear and greed goes back up to neutral or up to a 70 or extreme greed levels, we can take some profit out just in case, because it might go there. If you look at the Bitcoin price, it might go back up to 52, 55, and probably get rejected in this area, and then it could come back down, right? And then it might go down and retest 35K or something. But right now, I'm expecting a rally back towards at least 200-day moving average, which is at around 48,000. So at least back up to 200-day moving average to break out. It might fail and come back down. So if that happens, we might see all coins pump a little bit as well. And if someone's worried, we can take some profit out. If you buy right now, we can take some profit out. And if it goes further, we can use that money to buy back in. So we can use the market to increase our holdings. And let's not forget, I think I discussed about this last Wednesday. As you can see, this is something usual, right? I mean, if you look at from 2018, early 2018, like late 2017. Let me just draw a line there so it's pretty clear for us. Let's go here and then make it a little bit bigger. Right from here, from this blue line, let's say until it broke about 20K up to here. So this area right here, in between like these two like blue lines, right? It's supposed to be a bear market, right? Bitcoin hit 20K, went back down to 3K, went back up to 14, went back down to 3,000, 4,000. And again, then it goes, went back about like 20K, probably in December, late December 2020, right? So this is supposed to be a bear market. Even within the bear market, what is like, it's very clear. It's not that Bitcoin just kept on dropping like, straight down and then start going back straight up, right? I mean, if we've seen that, it would have been obvious for everyone. So that's what whales do, like, the market manipulators, what they do. They just like, they won't let you guess. They just push the price back down so much, and so that everyone got out of the market, and then push the price back up so much, like up to 14. So we expect like, it might go about 20K, and then in these levels, I remember people are saying, okay, Bitcoin is going to break 20K, but it don't happen. Like instead, it just dropped, and it was trying to like it was retesting 10K somewhere near there, just about 200-day moving average. COVID down, back down to 3,000, like 4,000 or so, 3,800. So this happened during a bear cycle, right? So right now we are in a bull cycle, right? I don't believe the bull cycle has finished. We probably got another year or like maybe 12 to 15 months to go. The cycle has lengthened. If we break like below 20K, if it comes back to 20K, then we'll completely gonna break the structure, right? Then we might into a prolonged bear market. but that's not. I don't believe that will happen. Like, there's a probability it could happen, but looking at this within a bear market, we have seen, like, these levels. We've seen probably extreme fear, right? And then when it went back up to 14, I remember, if you go and check the fear and greed at this level, it hit like 95, extreme greed. So within this short period of time, within a bear market, we've seen extreme fear and extreme greed. So I expect, like, that we will probably see the same again for these, like, in the future as well. So within this market, see, so it's already in front of our eyes. So in these levels, extreme greed dropped to 30K, extreme fear. Went back up here, went back up to 52, extreme greed, dropped back to 40K, extreme fear. Went back up to extreme greed, 70K, 69K, dropped back down to extreme fear levels. So depending on that, we can expect, like, it just, we might see, like, a relief rally back towards, at least back towards 48,000, which is, that's where the 200-day moving average is. So this is normal, like, for us. And let's not forget, this is not a bear cycle. We are still in a bull cycle. So this is what I expect. Like, that's why I said it's a good buying opportunity. You can increase your portfolio, DCA, whenever you can. Bitcoin, Ethereum, probably 60 to 70% in your portfolio, and then you can keep on adding other altcoins, like, your favorite altcoins, for long term, right? We're going to buy and hold it for 12 months. So that's pretty obvious. So I don't believe, like, right now, right, short term, I don't believe Bitcoin gonna go straight back down to like 30K, right, or 25K right now, because if we are in a bear trend, extreme fear for so long, most of the retail out of the market. Even few YouTubers, they mentioned, like, they have seen, like, less views for their videos. So there's less people watching YouTube at the moment, like, when it comes to crypto, Bitcoin, and cryptocurrencies. Meaning most of the people just even sold at a loss, or they just got tired of this bear trend, and then they're out of the market. So meaning, this is a good time. When nobody's buying, that's when we buy. When everybody's buying, that's when we sell. So simple as that. Yeah, so this is what I believe for what will happen for Bitcoin. So we got a long way to go. There's a lot of work we got to do, right? We need to consolidate for some time before we go see, like, lot higher prices. But 100K, it's possible, right? I mean, we might not see it in first quarter, not even in second quarter, maybe in third to fourth quarter, right? Q3 or Q4, we might see it. But before that, we got a little bit of work to do. But let's not forget, Bitcoin is not at, like, 10K right now. It's not like Bitcoin is to go like 10x to hit 100K. It's at 41,000 right now. So 2.5x from here, we'll be at 100K. So it's a possibility it's going to happen, but we need more time because of this bear trend and a lot of people out of the market, right? So really good buying opportunity. We can DCA for long term. And that's Bitcoin. And I just want you to have a look at a few altcoins. For example, let's say Cont. Yeah, so this is QNT against BTC. This one's being, the price action has been not too bad compared to BTC, right? And I remember I mentioned a few weeks ago, when Quant dropped, like, below this used to be our buying zone. It even dropped below that buying zone, so I added QNT around these levels, right? When it dropped to like 0.03 to about 0.0336 in this area against BTC. That's why you have these kind of numbers. Yeah, against BTC, I add Quant around these levels, and look at it, like, it has started going back above, right? It broke this level right here and around 0.04. It broke above that level, and it came back to retest. So against BTC, this coin is behaving really well, right? So that's why I believe Bitcoin will have a bit of a relief rally, right? Because it seems as if this all coins just had enough, like, because they cannot pump higher because Bitcoin keeps on going down. And one more coin we need to look at is Link. So in few months ago, I mentioned Link is a coin that you're supposed to have in your portfolio, and I added a lot of Link back in the day. Recently, I did not buy, but look at this. Like, this is Link against a BTC, looking really good, right? It just, if you look at the compared to BTC, this is what we see. Like, it's back about 200-day moving average right now. So it's gone a lot higher. It's showing a lot of strength. And we want to see we want to see come back down to retest this 200-day moving average as support, or maybe somewhere near here, and then we probably see a lot higher prices. So a lot of all coins are showing a lot of good sign, like, showing a bit of life. They are not dead. Even Link is a really good project, but 2021 hasn't been like, a really good year for Link. But when we were in a bear market, Link was pumping like crazy, right? Bitcoin is going down, but Link used to perform really well. So we might see that, we might see it again, especially when Bitcoin is there's a lot of weakness in Bitcoin price action. We might see, like, we might see Link perform really well. Like, unless this is a good start, but we want to see some confirmation, because we don't want to see something like that where it breaks about 200-day moving average and goes back down, like, and then get rejected from 200-day moving average for, like, few months. But right now, this is a good start. Let's see how it pans out. So that's Link. And another old coin, this is, it keeps on going down. For example, let's look at SLP. And this is just, the RSI is somewhere near 17, right? So this is oversold times 10, right? So look at this, like 17 is so oversold. And as you can see here, it was just keep on dropping like that, and there's a bit of a slope here, and then from about like 2.5 cents, it just, like, drops straight down, right? So SLP, like, I think it's a bargain right now. At these levels, it's a bargain. Like, can it go a lot lower? Yeah, that's why we DCA, right? I've been DCAing this coin since 8 cents or so. Did not put so much money at that time, like, accumulate little by little, but I started accumulating a lot heavier towards the 4 cents, 3 cents a mark. And recently, like today, I bought some as well. I'm gonna keep on adding, like, I don't care, like, because look at this, like, this is just the one extreme of the market, right? See, this is the other extreme where it hit, like, RSI hit about 85. So that was probably, if you look at the price action, like, for this coin, this would have been like extreme greed at somewhere near 80. So right now, this is extreme fear somewhere near 10, like, 15 or so. So this is just the one extreme, right? There's nothing wrong with this. This is the market. This is the way the market works. So I'm gonna keep on accumulating, even if it goes lower. Like, if it comes to like a cent, man, I'm gonna keep on accumulating, like, and then I'm wanna make sure I have a really good uh, like investments, like, when the market hit, when the Bitcoin goes back up to greed levels, neutral greed, extreme greed levels, I want to make sure I have these that I've got investments in these coins, so I can sell and take some profit out. So this is like, I mean, it has to recover soon and has to go back up, like, so if we see some signs, like, Bitcoin trying to recover, yes, because a lot of altcoins are oversold right now, like extremely oversold. This is a good example. And when it comes to metaverse tokens, this is, see, oversold somewhere near 26. This is Hero AI, almost, like, oversold. It dropped all the way back down to these, like, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5 levels, 0.015 level, and even block, see, it at all oversold. So this is a great opportunity for us to accumulate for long term. That's what I believe. And even SHIB is having a hard time as well. It's not at 30, at somewhere near 32. it's showing off a little bit of strength compared to other altcoins. Yeah, so as long as you have 60 to 70% in Bitcoin and Ethereum, these altcoins at oversold levels, like would be a bargain for long term, right? I mean, we're not expecting a lot higher prices in a month or so. We plan to hold it for like 6 to 12 months or so. So that's what my plan is. And one more thing when it comes to Bitcoin before I finish, I would like to see, like, if we want to see some capitulation, right? So normally in a bear trend, we see Bitcoin keeps on going down, and then where we see like a capitulation where we see like a massive wick, and then after that we see like a V-shaped recovery. In order for us to see that, we want to see a capitulation with volume, with bigger volume. So right now, like at least something similar to this. Maybe this could be the capitulation that we were waiting for. Like if the Bitcoin price go a lot higher from here, this should have been the capitulation, right? Where it dropped to these levels, and then there's a bit of volume somewhere over here. This volume right here, like this small volume candle, and maybe we haven't seen a capitulation yet. If that's the case, Bitcoin could go back down to like 38K or so, like where everyone starts saying, okay, that's it, this is the end, we are going back into a bear market, and we'll probably go into like a prolonged bear market where we see like price keeps on going down to like 10K or something. That's what I want to see, like most of people believe, and that's when Bitcoin might turn around and go back up. So either this could be the capitulation, or maybe it's yet to come, so we have to wait and see. But regardless, right, if you are now at these levels, at these times, we need to have a long-term perspective, right? Like an investor, you have to think as an investor, right? We put like say $1,000 right now, and we want to hold it for like 12 months, right? But if you see like a quick V-shaped recovery back up towards like 200-day moving average, if you see like maybe what the $1,000 that you invested right now has gone up to like maybe $2,000-3,000, then it's okay to like maybe take 30% of that, just in case, because Bitcoin might try to go back and get rejected and come back down to test lower levels, like probably about 30K or so. But right now we got a little bit of work to do. We need to consolidate for at least for 3-4 weeks or so. Yes, I mentioned many times, like Ethereum, it's a good season. If you look at the seasonality, it's a good time for Ethereum, but right now it's not the case. So let's wait for a couple of weeks and see what happens with Bitcoin price. If Bitcoin gets above this 200-day moving average, we might see fireworks for Ethereum. Like even right now, whales are accumulating in a massive way, Bitcoin and all coins as well. So smart money is investing at these levels. So this is what we gotta do. Put your investor cap, and then let's buy and hold it for long term. Along the way, in 6 months, if we see a lot of profits, we just take some out, just in case if the market goes back down, we can buy back. Right. So 100K Bitcoin we might see in Q3 or Q4. Worst come to us early 2023. So we have a long way to go, right? So let's not get excited, but this is the best thing for us happening right now, because bull markets will make you money and bear markets will make you wealthy, right? They make you really like, will make you a lot of money. For example, Cardano, right? We bought Cardano during the bear market for like 2 cents, like 5 cents. And then it just went all the way up to like $3. So we just made maybe like 50, 60, 70, 80x from Cardano. And another example, Ethereum. In our group, we bought Ethereum at $200 AUD back in the day, like in July or April 2020, for $200 for Ethereum. Right? And there was a complete bear market. Nobody cared about cryptocurrencies, right? We did not see Bitcoin on Channel 7 or on TV. And Ethereum used to be $200 AUD. And then since then, Ethereum went up all the way to like $5,000 or so. So we are going through the same scenario again, right? Where the market has gone down so much. Everybody hates Bitcoin, and nobody's expecting a lot higher prices in the future. right? Nobody's interested in this asset class anymore. So that's when we should invest, right? This is a really good bargain. This, if you buy right now, if you put like a bigger portion of money, right? There's a like maybe 70 to 80% guarantee that you will probably make 5x, 10x, right? And because you need to include all coins as well, right? So this is a great opportunity. So I've seen this so many times. A lot of fear, right? We might go back down and retest 35K, but most probably we need to see a rally right now. And like, I don't know how strong that rally is going to be. I don't know whether it's going to go all the way up to 55, 56K or up to like 60K, or I'm not too sure whether it's going to go back up to 48K and get rejected. Regardless, short term, that's what I expect, but long term, this is one of the great opportunities, like, that we got right now. So that's it from my end. Do you guys have any questions? If you have any questions, we can kindly ask right now.
Hi, Lakal. Apart from the SLP, do you see any other coins can go like go up, like the one you said about the?
Yeah. What I'm accumulating Bitcoin, of course, Ethereum, like 70% of my portfolio is Bitcoin and Ethereum. Apart from that, ADA, I'm accumulating. By the way, this is not financial advice. SLP, like it's a microcap coin for me. I'm going to accumulate. I'm accumulating SLP as well. QNT, Telcoin. Yeah, this is a lot of bears. They hold this coin, right? I know it's just not having a good time right now, but are we seeing some bullish divergence? Yeah, so we're seeing bullish divergence right here, where price is going down, and then it's clear bullish divergence right now for Telcoin. This is on CoinSpot if you want to buy it. So as you can see here, RSI is going up, and the price is kind of like going down right here. So you can see right here. So price is the same, but RSI is going up. So this is bullish divergence. So a lot of bears like accumulating these coins. So Telcoin, SLP, Hero AI block on KuCoin. Even Chip is not a bad buy right now. And then Radio Kaka. This one you have to buy it on MetaMask. So the price hasn't gone down so much, but if you look at the RSI, there's not much data on it. Let me just go to 4-hour chart. Yeah, so price hasn't gone down much, so it's holding up really well. Yeah, this is a metaverse token, and also it has NFTs, so these tokens I'm going to accumulate. I've already got enough Raka. I'm not going to accumulate more, but if I see if it drops to say 0.001 or so, if it comes back down, retest these levels, then I'll add more, because right now I'm quite happy with what I have. So these are the coins. Even XRP, not a bad buy, it's somewhere near 74 cents. And see, these coins, we're not going to put so much money at once. We're just going to DCA, and none of this is financial advice. Even Chip is not a bad buy. So we've seen like a bit of a capitulation here for Chip. It could recover and go a lot higher, and depending on what Bitcoin does. ALBT also, you can buy this on CoinSpot as well, ALBT. So it's just like having dropped to like oversold levels. This could be a really good buy. This is a really good project, and we discussed this one a few months ago. HBAR, yes, HBAR. See, I'm pretty sure, I don't know whether you heard about like what's happening in Kazakhstan, right? Because a lot of miners, they always go towards countries where there's where they have a lot of cooler climates, right? Where they have maybe under 10 degrees climate, Kazakhstan, this area, they shift to these areas because they can save a lot of money on miners can save a lot of money, like, because when miners they need to keep their machines cool, like, keep it cool. So they tend to go into these kind of countries so they can save money on, like, electricity, because they don't need so much electricity to cool down the equipment. But recently there was an issue in Kazakhstan is going through some kind of a crisis. So people are saying, like, proof of work, it's a problem, right? If something goes wrong with the country, if miners can't operate their systems properly, then Bitcoin, like, proof of work might change. So proof of work means where you send Bitcoin, sort of a certain amount of Bitcoin from your wallet to someone else's wallet, but it needs to get confirmed by a miner, right? So these miners, they run some kind of a equipment where, like, a software where your transaction get confirmed, but that needs a lot of electricity, right? But if you in this kind of a country, if there's issue with the crisis with the in the country, then they're asking questions like, why, what's the point of having Bitcoin? Because if miners can't run their machines, then transactions not going to get confirmed, right? So then they're saying it's a bit of an issue. For this is called proof of work. So the H bar does not need proof of work. So that's why they are saying H bar could be like a really good alternative, because it doesn't need proof of work to confirm your transaction, right? So they have like a different sort of a way of confirming transactions. So H bar is a really good project as well. Like, I hold a bit of H bar. Actually, back in the day, I bought H bar for like 3 cents, and I mentioned it in the group, and it just pumped from 3 cents to like 50 cents or so, 40 cents. We just sold and got out. And let's not forget, H bar will be like, it's a massive coin. Like, you can buy this on CoinSpot as well. No financial advice. So I'm holding H bar as well. Yeah, I think wet. Yeah, of course, wet definitely. Like, this coin is going to perform really well as well. And if you look at the chart, it looks like it, yeah, somewhere near oversold levels. Cardano, yeah, Link, of course. Like, Link is looking really good. So yeah, I think I've discussed. I mean, you don't need to have all of these, like, all coins. Like, as long as you have Bitcoin, Ethereum, and 4 to 5 all coins, you pick the best ones that you think that has a potential. Because it doesn't matter which altcoin you pick, right? I mean, I'm not talking about the project that, like, has no future. I'm talking about the really good projects, like in rank 1 to 100 or 1 to 150 or so. When the whole market pumps, all of the altcoins will pump together. So it doesn't matter what kind of a coin you pick, but you just go and pick the coins that you have done your research on, that you believe that where there's like a really good team, and where there's like a really good project that has a future, right? You pick them, Bitcoin, Ethereum, maybe 5 to 10 max all coins, and you can, whenever we are down, you can keep on accumulating DCA for long term. So those are the old coins. I think that's more than enough. Yep. So I hope I answered your question, Prasanna.
Yes, thank you very much.
No worries. Any other questions you have? Okay then. So looks like we had a pretty good session, and yeah, thank you for asking questions, Prasanna. And yeah, so let's call it a day, and this is the end of this Zoom session, and I'll probably talk to you this coming Wednesday. Thank you, guys. See you soon. Bye.